Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Belcher. You recently took the AchieveWorks Intelligences Assessment in Navient. Today we're going to take a look at your results and dive a little deeper into how you can utilize this information. If you were absent and didn't complete the AchieveWorks Intelligences Assessment, don't worry, I will tell you what to do at the end. In the meantime, keep listening as this information will still be helpful to you. This assessment you took is often referred to as Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences theory. There are many ways to be smart, learn, and experience the world. Multiple intelligences is not the same as learning styles, which is a common misperception. Human beings possess 8 independent computers, where strength in one computer does not predict strength or weakness in other computers. You might hear people referring to your results as your MI, or multiple intelligences. Let's watch this quick video explaining the different intelligence types.
So when you think of intelligence, you normally think of the one intelligence that most people refer to, and that is intellectual intelligence. And Howard Gardner says there are actually multiple types of intelligence, and I'm going to go through them with this video. Now, the first is called logical mathematical intelligence. And this is basically what you think of when you think of intellectual intelligence. This would be stuff like logic, or if you're good at taking tests, you will probably have pretty high logical mathematical intelligence. This also has to do a lot with critical thinking and making and reading graphs, as well as organization. If you like to organize your stuff and keep it very organized and are good at organizing it, then you probably have very high logical mathematical intelligence. Now, the second one is called verbal linguistic. And if you have high verbal linguistic intelligence, you are probably good at saying that word. You are good at poems. You are good at rhyming words, finding words that rhyme. You are good at reading and writing. And you're good at learning other languages. You learn them pretty quickly compared to other people. And you're probably great at turning a little tiny story into a huge, fascinating story that can enthrall an entire room. The third is interpersonal. And interpersonal intelligence would be like understanding other people's emotions, understanding what the social etiquette and norms are of this situation. You have to be able to be good at reception to other people's moods and what motivates them. If you are a business administrator and you're good at motivating someone, you probably have pretty high interpersonal intelligence. If you're a good leader or just a manager in general, and you can coordinate work with other people, you are probably really intelligent in this interpersonal field. The fourth is body kinesthetic, which means you are good at handling and maneuvering your own body. You can handle objects skillfully and basically move them around however you want them to, as well as your body. People that are very intelligent in the body kinesthetic field are dancers, actors, soldiers, and even many sports athletes. The fifth is musical intelligence, and this is associated with rhythmic and harmonic music. Being able to interpret sounds, rhythms, and tones and pitches, and being able to understand them on a level that most people can't understand. If you're good at this, you could probably compose or at least play an instrument. The next is visual spatial, and this is like basically how well can you visualize something in your mind's eye? How well can you think of something in your mind? And another example of this would be how well can you get through a maze? Can you see it in your mind's eye where you're at in the maze or a cornfield? And Gardner went so far as to say that this could even be used as to judging distances, or how well can you read a map? And the next type of intelligence is called intrapersonal intelligence. And this is different from interpersonal intelligence. Intrapersonal intelligence is more about how you understand yourself. Are you self-aware? Do you know what feelings you are feeling, what emotions go through your mind when you're in certain situations? How well can you control your thoughts and actions and feelings in general? Do you know your strengths and weaknesses? And the last, which came out a couple years after Howard Gardner came out with his multiple intelligences theory, is called natural intelligence, naturalistic intelligence. And this has to do with being able to recognize stuff in the real world, basically flowers and trees and anything that's living. Hunters and fishermen are pretty intelligent in the naturalistic field. So are chefs and botanists that can grow plants. And basically anyone that is learned in any biological science is pretty intelligent in the naturalistic field.
Okay, now that you have a little better understanding of what the multiple intelligences types mean, let's actually dive into looking at your own personal results. Okay, so at this point, I want you to go ahead and open up your MacBooks. We're going to go ahead and get into Naviance. So go ahead and get out your device, go ahead and open it up and hop into your Naviance account. Like I said, you should have already taken this assessment recently, but if you maybe were absent and did not take that assessment, then at the end of the video here, then you're going to go ahead and take that assessment yourself while everyone is diving more in depth into their results. So once you get into Naviance, your home screen should look like this. So once you get in there, you go to the self-discovery at the top, again, go to self-discovery home, and then view results under the AchieveWorks intelligences. Like I said, if you did not get a chance to take this recently, then yours should say start assessment. And when we're done with the video here, then you can go ahead and start the assessment. But for now, just keep listening. That way you'll be able to have the knowledge of what to do after you're done with your assessment. Okay, so for those of you that do have view results, go ahead and click on that. Actually, right there on the screen, it does say what your top, it calls it superpowers, but those would be your top 3 intelligences. It does say that right here on the screen, but when you view results, it'll show you that as well. So if you scroll down just a little bit, it's going to give you sort of a bar graph here. Your top 3 probably are in green here at the top, and then it goes down from there. So as you look through this, it will give you, so it'll talk about each one of these intelligences types, and it will give you kind of your strengths in that area and then some challenges that might be difficult for someone who has a strength in that area. So you can go through and read about those different intelligences. It will also give you your emotional intelligence score. And so your emotional intelligence, as it says there, is your ability to recognize and manage your feelings and behavior and those of other people in a way that helps you. So you can look at your emotional intelligence score there. Don't like read into that too deeply, but if you have a score that is lower or maybe not where you want it to be, at the bottom of your page, it will give you, get to it here. It will give you some, maybe some strengths that you have, and then also it will give you some recommendations for improving your emotional intelligence. Okay, so for today, what we're going to do is you're going to just kind of look through the different intelligences types. And then also you're going to favorite some different careers that might match your top intelligences. So what you can do, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom, or there's this table of contents that is at the top, and you can just go right here to recommended careers, and it will take you down to some careers that it has recommended for you. Again, these are based on how you took the assessment. So if you took it seriously, hopefully some of these match for you. Now we understand, and I totally get that sometimes you take these assessments and the careers it spits out is maybe things that you're not interested in, and that is okay. It will give you just a couple here on the first page, but also at the very bottom, you can also click on see all career recommendations. And so this will give you kind of a bigger set of careers that you might be interested in. If any of them sound sort of neat to you or something that you might be interested in, go ahead and favorite those or click the heart along the way. We do want you to favorite at least 3 different careers today. As you can see, I've already favorited a few here. So I do want you to go ahead and go through that. Just a reminder, as you're going through these, if it is a career that really interests you, we'd love for you to dive a little bit deeper into one of those careers. You can click on the name of the career itself. And once you click on that, it will give you some more information about that career, the skills or experience you might need for it, the average income or salary that you might make from that, and then at different parts of the United States as well, and some different traits that kind of go along with that different career. So, you know, feel free, take some time to look. We want everyone, again, to favorite at least 3 different careers. So make sure you get in there and do that. And just a reminder, I know that this is not everybody's favorite thing to do, these assessments, but hopefully it is all about you and understanding the different careers and understanding your own personality and things along the way. So all of these assessments that we do is all about getting to know yourself better and trying to figure out what you might want to do in the future for a career. If you have questions, please let us know, but hopefully you enjoyed this assessment today.